Hi, Linda. Wow, there's quite a few people here waiting for me here. How you doing today, Donna? Is your hip still bugging the heck out of you still? I wish this would leave my live chat on so I can see it, but that's all right. We'll wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else comes on. If so, then we're going to work on the chain style. Hi, Angel, of Lariet today. Hi, PK. Hey, Helen. My weather report says it's going to start raining again. We didn't have rain yesterday, which was nice because my husband's party that he was doing, the guard duty was outside, so it was good that he didn't get all rained on. So, but it's supposed to rain again today. So, hey Pamela, hi Rita. Ooh, hail, huh? Hey Lori. Now, like I said, we're going to make another lariat today, but this time we're going to make it with the chain style that I drew rough sketch yesterday, the ring, chain, and then a dangle. It's not going to be difficult, so I don't think it's going to take us the whole hour for sure, so we'll have to think of something else to do on the other, whatever time we have left. Hello, Cynthia. So we're going to turn down here in a minute and we'll start on our lariat. Like I said, it's very simple. Won't take us much effort to do. Oh, cool. Always nice to learn something new, isn't it, Kimberly? So we will turn down here. All right, folks, I think we're going to turn down. So get ready. Come on, baby, flip. There we go. So what we've got here is we've got some 20 gauge gold German style wire, some chain. These are both from Beadalon. This one, of course, I purchased. This was in my mystery box. And so it's going to work just dandy. It's nice and heavy enough. We've got 2 rings here. We only need 1. So we'll get 1 out of our package here. This one aside. We've got, this is what I'm going to use for the major part of my dangle. It's a nice rutilated quartz, nice big hunk. It's got one of these bells on it, which I'm going to take apart because I don't really care for them. See how easy that was to pull apart. Come on, go off. So This is part of our focal. I'm not sure, will this go through? Yep, easy, no problem. So we don't have to make sure it's through to the other side when we get going. And then we have some pretty blue beads here, which we have to decide which ones we want to use. Now my original thinking was I'd use this big blue one on top and then some other one. But the more I think about it, the more I think that instead what I want to do is use this big bicone here and then a spacer and maybe one of these rondelles. This blue package was some stuff I got some from SoftFlex in the live sale. Has some pretty Delft beads, but no, I don't want to use that either. I don't think, though we could keep this out and use it for some earrings later. That would make an interesting earring. So we'll put those two aside. And that's an interesting bead. Though if I were to put that there, I think I'd want even another bead, like, so we do like this, which we could, because let's face it, this dangle is whatever length I want to make it be. Could use a pave, but I'm not going to. Got all kinds of things in here. Interesting. I don't think that belonged in there. It was a plastic bead. Bum, 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 bum. Put some interesting beads up there with that. And I think we are gonna do this. I have to get some spacers. The rest of our pretties, other than the ones I'm leaving aside, so we can maybe make earrings out of them. Over there. See, this is what SoftFlex sold as an odds and end package of blue beads, and that's what it is, odds and end package of blue beads. So we're going to put this aside slightly, not for long, because it's not going to take us long to do this first step. But the first thing we want to do is decide how long we want this to be and get that amount of chain out. Did I hear someone else come in? Oh, hi, Laurel. Hey, Debbie. So we want this at least 18 inches, of course, probably a little longer than that, because we're going to hook it to our ring here. And we need the length to go around our neck. Come back out here, and this chain is kinking. Go through here and then come down a couple of inches at least, and then put our dangle on. Now, we could, it depends on how long we think we may want this to dangle. Do we want it to dangle quite a ways, just a little ways? That's a personal preference kind of thing, I think. I got a kink in my chain here, so we got to get that out. Here we go. And I'm going to just flip it around my neck quickly so I can see approximately how much we want. And I'm thinking about right here. I'm not sure how long that is. We will measure it after I cut my chain here. Oh, come on, you're a tough chain. Very tough chain. It's probably steel. Okay, now I'm using this larger chain because I don't want anything tiny. It would, if you're going to do something tiny, you're going to want a smaller ring and a more delicate dangle than what I'm going to make here. I mean, you can make it as delicate or as thick as you want it. I mean, I could even make this thicker if I wanted it thicker. But wow, this chain, it's nice chain, but it's got some stiff spots in it. See here? It's like the chain links are stuck together. So, but they are not stuck together as in permanently. You just have to move them. I think probably they have a coating on them maybe that's making them stiff like that. There's another spot. That's 4 there. Wow. Come on, break loose. There we go. I'm checking this because, let's face it, when it goes around your neck, you don't want those stuck spots sitting there and making a sort of bunch up spot. It's got a lot of sticky spots. Come on, there we go. Okay, so there we go. Oops, I obviously have one spot that I didn't get taken care of here. Okay, so now that we've got our chain behaving and we have it cut to the length we want. Hey Janice, hi Deborah. What we need to do now is just get a jump ring and hook the chain onto our ring. And if we're worried about this being loose, maybe you could probably double jump ring it. I might. Sometimes I like the look of a double jump ring. Let's see what it looks like. So we'll just open our jump ring up here. Put through the end of our chain and then through a ring. We'll see if a second one will fit good. Make sure they're both closed. That one doesn't look quite closed. There we go. So there is our jump ring onto our ring. Now, when it comes around, it just goes through here. It goes around your neck like that. And this chain likes to kink up. It's weird, but kinked up here even. Okay, there we go. So it will fit like that. And then it has our dangle, going to have our dangle at the end. So I want a couple of spacers. And I have to decide what I want for spacers. I didn't think of that before we got started. Naughty me. What I really want is, where do I have those at? I would like to use possibly even a double bead cap, but I'm not seeing my double bead caps right off my hand, and I don't want to. Oh, there we go. There they are. So, need 2 double bead caps, and we'll put those here. Barely fits here, but that's all right. It does. To here, and then of course from here to here, and hook on the bottom. So next what we need is a little hunk of our German style wire out. I didn't measure our chain for us, did I? And I said I was going to. I'll do that in just a second here. We want about so much wire. Cut that badly, so we'll just trim it. So let's get the ruler out and we will measure both these items. The wire, which is more than we need because I do like a little extra. And it's 5.5 inches, and our chain is that's 24. And so the chain is 26 inches, longer than we need it to be. But the one thing I like about a lariat is you can change your length because, and our chain is all twisted up again. It does like to twist. Then you can have it close to the chain close to your neck and have the dangle really long, or you can have this swung down here so it's a different length like that. So the first thing, of course, we want to do is hook our crystal on here. So we'll this is a very thick hunk of quartz here. Come on, baby, go on there. So hold it. This is going to need straightened again. I've already got it bent. So now we're going to wrap this. Have to decide what's front and back. I'm going to have this be the front because I like it heading this direction with our piece going here. And I'm going to just do tiny spiral there at the bottom. We'll put our beads on. Now this is a pretty large dangle. We could have made do with just this, and maybe one bead, or just the bead strand, but I like it. And because it is long, though, I might want to shorten my chain up. I'm going to decide on that right now. Yeah, I'm going to take a couple of inches off my chain. Like right here. I'm going to drop the chain up here. I may decide to use it with the earrings. So we've shortened our chain to about 24 inches now. So now we're just going to make sure of which way our chain is going here. Another one of those bloody kinks. And just swing her through. And we want our beads to swing this direction. So pull it over. Leave the gap so your chain can get in there, which I didn't quite, and that's a little odd shaped, but that's all right. We'll fix it. Come on, go on. Okay. Wire cut. And tuck. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've got that crooked, so we're going to have to straighten it a little bit. But there we go. There's our Lariet. Now, since this is plenty big enough, you can just slide it right over your head. Or we did check, and this will go through the loop. So just swing it around your neck. Get your kinks out of the chain. And then just drop it through the loop and adjust it to the length you like it. And there we go. There's our chain lariat. Now, like I said, if you wanted this shorter, you can always put less chain. And you definitely don't need to use as big of a dangle as I did, but I like the dangle. You could have made this with simply a really delicate chain, a smaller ring, and maybe like just one pearl drop or something. It would have been a pretty earring. Hey, Bonnie. The fireworks, I think it's I think it's just that we have less tolerance for them as we get older. I know I do. I was like, ugh, you guys can stop whenever I'm ready to go to bed. So there we go. There's our chain lariat. So really simple. Like I said, didn't take us long to make, less than 20 minutes. Well, about 20 minutes. And so it's very, very simple. So let's make some earrings too, since I've got these pieces out here. And we have this extra chain. So I think we'll make them like this. Let's see, where's the hole in you, baby? Oh, okay, there we go. Little triangle. Then and the Delft. And we'll get some daisy spacers to put between. Real simple, little pretty earring. Where are gold daisy spacers? I just had you. There you go. There they are. So I'm going to put a daisy spacer down here on the bottom too, because it's got a pretty big hole and I don't want my ear wire to fall out it. So we'll get oh, come on. Come out of there. It's probably more than we need, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. So cut this piece of chain in half. See how many links we cut off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, huh? Well, I guess we'll be cutting 2 spaces off because we can't just cut it off in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll cut both these 2 links here in the middle out. There's a 6. And another 6. So we have 2 6s. A couple of head pins. This head pin has a bend here close to the bottom. So I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and there we go. All fixed. So we'll see, even with the daisy spacer there, it almost doesn't cover the hole up. But it does, so that's what counts. Gonna be cute. It'll hang from the chain. I'm actually debating if I want to put doubled spacers in there. Not sure if these are bigger or not, but I might see if, come here you. Well, we'll just do it with this one. One little one, come here. It's not that much bigger than the other one, but it is a little bit different. I like the double spacer at the bottom, but I'm not sure about in the middle here. Come here, you. Definitely going to put the double spacer in the bottom, but I think hey, Beth. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Amy. Sorry you had a bad night, Beth. Yeah, no, I don't think a lot of us got a lot of sleep. Last night, noisy people. So, I think I'm gonna leave that one off the top, but I am gonna, I think, go to the doubles. I like the doubles, so we'll pull this baby off. Though I don't need any more of these style, I'm gonna use just come on. So now we're going to wrap these up and hook them to the chain. You could just leave them just like this without the chain if you wanted to. In there, up and over and around. Bring her down and around. I think these are still pins because they're tough. Come on. Now we'll put the chain in. And I'm not sure I left a gap. So we'll have to see. Looks like that's a no on the gap. So we'll have to open it just a hair's breadth. Just like you would any oh, come on, you. It should go through there now. There we go. Now we'll bring our loop back together. And wrap this baby up. Definitely still. Baby all tucked in. She looks to be leaning a little bit, so we'll straighten her up. Bye, Dorothy. So now we need to do our second one here. And again, we didn't leave any space, I don't think. So we'll open it up a little bit. Push the wires together here. Come on. And wrap it up. Oop. Okie dokie. There's our second one, and it's a little crooked too, so we'll straighten it out. Now we just have to decide what we're going to end them with, if we're going to put them on ear wires or ear studs. See what I find first, shall we? Looks like I'm going to find some studs first, so that's fine. Come on, you. Come out of there. Got a hair here. I'd say it was the kitty's, but it's too long. It's probably mine. Now, I got to decide if I want this to have all these chain pieces, because it seems it feels a little too long. So I'm thinking I might take this final chain piece off, this link, because we're going to have a jump ring here anyway to add our ear stud to them. So I think that would make it be a little bit too long and swingy. Might even take off two. think I'll take off 2. So no kinking chain. So now that we've got these going, we just have to get a couple of our medium size, there you are, jump rings. Only 2. Now we're going to just hook it to the chain piece and then the earring piece. And I have a hunk of hair hooking to me here. To get that out. That one was a kitty hair. I think it was probably Sammy because it was pretty long and black. The other 2 black ones are short hairs, and Sammy is a long hair. So come here, I want this jump ring to flip so that the opening is in the back of my ear stud. Come on. There we go. So there's earring number 1. We'll get number 2 here. I'm going to feed this on backwards this time so I don't have to move the jump ring because it will already be in the back. About jump ring closed. And voila, there's our earrings. So we have a pair of earrings and we have a chain style lariat. Hey, Jenny. Well, it's like we had some folks come in while I was working on the earrings. Hey, Rosemary. Hey, Jenny. Did you have a good time shopping at least? Hey, Susie. Hey, Dorothy. So anyway, we have our pair of earrings. Ta-da. And our chain lariat. I have to say I'm not real thrilled with this beetle on chain because it keeps wanting to kink up, but that's all right. And see, like that. So productive morning so far, and we still have 15 minutes left of our hour. Now, I don't have any more of these style beads, or it would make a really pretty bracelet if we were to take, go on over there, babies, and do it like so. But these 2 are the only 2 in the package. Though there are some more of the other style. Actually, is that in here? I'm not sure I left that in here. I got, if it's here, I'm not sure it is. From Beadbox Bargains the other day, I got one of those bracelet pieces that you hook onto I don't think it's in here. Well, let's dump it and see what's in this package. It might be in here. Anyway, it's one of those little gold chains that goes around the back of your wrist that you can tighten with the little nut. And I know I got one of them. I wanted to try it. Isn't this a pretty pendant? But I'm not sure what order it was in, and I order from them all the time. Whenever I get one of the custom orders, I always add other stuff to it, so I'm not, it's obviously not in this package. But what I was thinking is, if it's around here somewhere, might be in this one. Got like 2 or 3 of these part of Beadbox orders here. Oh, come on, Rose, just dump them, because you know you can't find it without doing so. Too many things in here. See, I got some of the extras of the bead caps, and I do love extra stuff, so. But if we could find the bracelet piece, there it is, right there. They have some really pretty stuff here. Keep those out. Just always use those. These rings, pretty cool. Okay. Now that we have this, if you guys have never used one of these, they have the little balls on the end, and this is a slider piece here. It's got a silicone nut inside it. Then on the ends, there's little jump rings, and you can hook a strand of a bead strand on it to make a bracelet, and it's adjustable. Put you guys up there with the other ones. Hey, Mary. I'm sorry to hear about your friend, Dorothy. You got one of these to try? They're cool, aren't they? I've had some of the other ones that are the cloth ones, that are like, well, we made something with one of the cloth ones once before, but I probably put it in my craft supplies, so I can't show it to you. But it's almost like a rat tail, but they come in different colors. But I wanted to try these metal ones because I think they're really pretty, and I think they're more elegant looking. So let's see what we got in our blue beads here. Obviously, we do not have any more of our little blue and white Delft style ones, which is a pity because they're cool. And we only had one of these giant bicones too, unfortunately. Don't want these guys. We could put this big blue disc in the middle. We have pave beads. We have some more of these little guys, so we could make them match the earrings better. Maybe Bing. Get in there. And you can make this bead strand obviously as long or as short as you want to make it because it's majorly adjustable here. Let's see how adjustable it is. I don't know how long this will go to if we were to pull it all the way up to its. Of course, you've got to be able to get it on too, and this is how you get it on because it's adjustable like this. But, boy, that's pretty long though. Look at that. If you could get it to go around your ankle bone, it's long enough to have it be an anklet. But it's over 9 inches, so and then when you put the bead strand on, it's going to get longer yet. So let's pull this baby up some. Now you could put this on with wire, or you could put it on with beading wire, or you could put it on with there's one clear one. Too bad there's not another one of those. Those are pretty. Or you could put it on with beading wire or regular craft wire or German style, whichever you prefer. This way. Go, 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 go. Use one of these since we have multiples of those. Since I only have one of these big discs, I'd want to use it for a necklace or a bracelet, so we can do that. You guys are trying to escape, so you might as well get put away. You're welcome, Beth. So I don't think we need anything more than this. I think this is good. And we'll get our spacers out and use our spacers. And we'll put this baby together. Obviously, with this, we're going to want some blue wire. Oops, dropped my little marguerite. So now with that one little batch of beads plus this crystal, we're going to have made a lariat style necklace. Beth, sorry you missed making this with me. It was very simple. I will give a quick explanation. Take a ring, jump ring a piece of chain to your length you desire on. Go down to the end of your chain and add a dangle of some sort. Now my dangle is big. Doesn't have to be big like this. If you don't want a big chunky necklace like this, you could make this with a smaller ring, a really delicate piece of chain, and even just one, like a drop pearl or something on the end would be very, very pretty. So, and then we have our earrings, which I cut this little bit of chain off of here because I decided I didn't like it that long. And we made our earrings out of that. All of these blue beads are from this SoftFlex closeout bag that I got on one of their live sales. And then we've got this set here. And we're going to put some of these between here. We're going to need a couple more. And I am going to use some of these slightly bigger ones here by the edge of the big blue bead. I'm going to get a couple more of these here. And we got to get some blue SoftFlex out. I don't want the turquoise for this, so we're going to go with actually, I think this color may be discontinued. It's blue topaz. So we'll just get a small length out. Now, when you put these on, make sure these little jump rings on the end are closed because sometimes they're slightly open. And if you don't like these, you can always try and switch it to an oval, but it's very small little link there, so you have to be careful doing that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to string these on. Where's your hole, baby? There we go. And I'm going to use these double jump rings like spacers like I did in the earrings. So this first section right here is going to be exactly like these earrings right here. Then we're going to deviate to the other beads since we didn't have any more of the Delft style. I sometimes like a big chunky bead for a bracelet. I think they look sort of cool. And since it's flat, you don't have to worry about it being a big bulge on the top of your wrist. So we need a few more daisy spacers. Looks like we need 4 more. Come on, you. Get out from underneath there. Okay. So it's going to sit like that, and we're going to put it on our bracelet from side to side here. Your own. Get down your nut. And we're going to hook it onto either side here to finish it off. Put this bead stopper down here. Bing. And cut the wire. Get a couple of crimp tubes out. And I cut that wire probably a lot longer than I needed because I could have used like 2 inches less, but oh well, that's all right. Only 2. Oh, you're welcome. Uh-oh, what just happened? Okay, I must have hit something wrong. I think we're still good, though. I talk nicer to my beads, huh? How much would I charge for these? You know, I'll be the first to tell you that I really don't think about how much it's costing when I'm making it, because I don't really pay attention to how much my beads cost when I make them. And that's how I decide on my prices, is how much did my beads cost, how much time did it take me to make something. And I price in 2 different ways. The first way is the cost of the beads times 4 without any labor charges. Now, if I'm going to do labor charges, what I do is I do the cost of the beads times 2 and then my labor, which is sometimes a lot and sometimes not so much. This little blue bead is a very small hole, though the wire's going through. I need it to get all the way through so I can grab it. Come on, baby, let's go. And that's wrong. I stop anyway, because I want to put it directly on my bracelet piece, because I do not want another jump ring in there making it have a lot of extra space. So up you go. Actually, I may just crimp this and then try to get that on. Okay, so we're going to go up to our ring here. Like I said, make sure it's closed, because sometimes they're not quite closed. We're going to crimp this. I'm going to probably cut a whole bunch of this off, but this is slightly open. I can see that it is, so I'm going to get my pliers out, and I'm going to okay. Now we're going to see if I can get this bead through here. There we go. She's coming through. Get hold of it. Pull it. Till she goes up and meets her buddy up, the bead up there. There we go. And I'm probably going to cut this off right here, because we've got it through this bead and it's nice and tight. So now slide all this over to this side. Bead on through our other side here. Crimp. This time, of course, we have to have it go through our bead right off the bat, if she's going to. Now, if it's too small, which it could well be, it feels like it's going. Come on, baby, go. Just a little bit more and I can get hold of you. Come on, I see you right there. Let's go. Oh dear. Are you going to be difficult? Want to go that last little tiny bit? Okay, this one it doesn't want to, so we're going to pull it back out. Oh, now it doesn't want to pull out either. And we're going to pull it up tight. Needs to go just a touch more. See how we are to this side. Looking good. So push that down just a hair's breadth more. Get our crimping pliers in here. And because we're crimping this right without it going into the bead, we are going to have to trim it off right here by the crimp tube. So let's give her a tug. Seems good. Now I have to get my flush cutters, and I have to slide it right up to my bead there and trim it off. So there's our bracelet. And look at that, we're a few minutes over 1, just like normal. I always go over the hour just a little bit. How do I keep inventory? Yeah, I don't. I should, but I don't. Or do you mean how do I keep it after I make it? Well, right now, if you look around my bead things, I've got things hanging all over my wires, and so this turned out pretty. I like it. So you put it on just like so, and then you take this bead and you slide it up till you get it to the tightness you want it. Turned out nicely. I like it. So here we are with we had a pretty productive day here today. We have a bracelet, a pair of earrings, and a necklace. Now, as far as pricing these are concerned, here, let's flip up. So, like I say, I have to find all the beads I use, find out the pricing of my beads. I need to, thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Mary. Oh, yeah, that's true, Rosemary. That hurricane's heading that direction. I have to price everything I used. For instance, this piece here cost me $2.49. See, I keep price of things when I get them in the mail. And when you do price, you've got to remember you've got everything you need to price: your crimp beads, your wire, all of your spacers, and your as well as your beads. So that is a thing you have to think about when you're pricing things. But for instance, this package was a closeout. I won't be able to get these again. So, you know, it is what it is. But thank you, Rosemary. You never knew how to use the chain, the bracelet chains? Yeah, they're pretty simple, and they make a nice bracelet really fast. So, so then, because these are closeout beads and I'll never be able to get them again, well, probably not. I probably have some of these cobalt blue rondelles, but some of them I won't because they're just, okay, where did they find those at? I don't know. And they cost me $5, so then I have to guesstimate, well, we've got some really big beads in here, and we've got some small beads in here, and so, you know, I might go, oh, well, you know what, this one was proud, I'll call this a huge big one because it's $5. I'll call this big one like 35 cents, and I might call all the other ones like 5 or 10 cents. Yeah, you could do that, Lori. You have to bring it down, of course, to a point so that it would fit. But yeah, you could do that. So then all of my spacers are about 2 cents a piece. Your crimp tubes are not cheap anymore. So let's see. And Okay, this bracelet cost me approximately, at a guess, because like I say, I don't know the price of these blue beads for sure, so I'm just pricing them out as I feel it should. Um, so so if I were to do this as just how much it cost from a guesstimate of how much the beads would be and what I know the other things are, um, this cost me $4 to make. So then if I'm doing it by the double it and my time, I charge $25 for my time, but this only took me about what? About 20 minutes or so. So it would be about maybe $10 for my time, probably not quite that much, but oh, and we needed to double the $4. So about 18 for this bracelet at that way of doing it, or if I do it my other way to do it, the times 4, it would be 4 times 4, so it'd be 16. So we're looking at, like, depending on how I want to go, it would be either 16 or 18. And I'd probably, just because I'd probably go up to 18. Thanks, Kimberly. So yeah, that would be about what the bracelet would cost, is about 18. And the biggest price, of course, is the bracelet finding here, down here on the bottom, because I know how much that one cost. It was $2.49. So, and then your beading wire is approximately 80 cents a foot. So, so that would, since I used at least 6 inches since I cut on either, that would be 40. And depending on where you get your crimp tubes, if you get beadsmith kind, they're a little cheaper than SoftFlex, and I use either one or the other of those, or Beadalon, I should say. They're anywhere from 15 cents to 30 cents a piece. So it gets a little bit more. And like I said, I've just figured the price of the beads was 5 cents a piece for these and 30 for the big one. And then of course my spacers are 3 cents a piece. So yeah, it's about 18. SoftFlex crimps are the most expensive, you're right, but they use prime materials to make them, and they're a really good thing. I have only ever had a SoftFlex crimp break on me once, and that was because I was trying to repair it because I didn't quite get into the center of my crimpers, and so I had one side squared off and the other one not at all. So in trying to fix it, I was doing a lot of work with it, and it broke. And it was weird because it felt soft to me right from the beginning, which is weird because they don't normally, so I was a little bit shocked. But anyway, yeah, about 18 to $20 for the bracelet, I think. The earrings would be more like about they would be about 15 or 16 for the earrings. Yeah, that's true. See the bracelet up closer? Yeah. And to put it on, like I say, you just slide this nut until it will fit on your bracelet, on your arm. Slide it on, take hold of these two little the two little beads at the bottom and pull this up. Easier said than done sometimes because it doesn't want to really slide, but because it's got a silicone nut in there, so it's specifically made to not slide easily. You don't want it sliding off. And I've got it to one side a little bit, but there we go. But that's how it would look on. And then the earrings are so. And then, of course, we've got our lariat. So you can just put it over your head, or you can pull it out since the ring will let you do so. So you can change the length by just putting where the ring is at. See, I've got it pretty long. We could have made it quite a bit shorter probably. And you still could, if you decide it's too long, you can always take your jump rings off here. That would be the easiest thing. Cut some chain out and make it shorter. But there's our lariat. Ah, I'm glad to hear it, Kimberly. They are, they do make a easy and really pretty bracelet. So, oh, that's my Renaissance. I got that at the Renaissance Fair this last year, at the Idaho Renaissance Fair. I like my t-shirt too. I wear it a lot. I wanted to get one at the Sandpoint Renaissance Fair this year, but they didn't have one, which disappointed me greatly. So, anyway, like I said, 16 for the earrings, about 18 to 20 for the bracelet, depending on how I feel about it. And but I haven't priced the as for the lariat, that one I would have to give some thought to because the big crystal at the bottom was, I can't remember how much it cost. I got it from Dakota Stones, so I'd have to look it up. And again, we've got the beads were in our bead pack, so our double spacers, these guys are about, I think they're about 20 cents a piece. So then of course we've got the chain, which was in my mystery kit, so I don't know how much it really cost outright. The ring was probably about 50 cents. So, you know, I'm going to have to do some research to see if I can find how much I paid for this crystal before I could actually price this, and research how much the chain is if I were to buy it by itself instead of in my mystery pack. So it's one of those things. So there we go. Lariat necklace, bracelet, and earrings today. And it's way over our hour, so I think we should make tracks out of here. And you like the length of it like that? And that is one thing about a lariat. You don't always have to have it the same length because your ring is what is deciding how long you're going to be. You can always just bring your ring way up close to the beads, and then you've got all of that chain that's just double going down like a regular necklace would be. So so you definitely can change the length of your necklace by where you pull your bead to or your ring to. Everybody's welcome. Thank you very much. And yes, everybody have a wonderful weekend. And cool. I'm glad to hear it, Kimberly. Okay, I think I have answered all the questions. I hope I have. So yeah, I like these. Like I said before, I usually buy the ones that are cloth, and they work exactly the same except for they're colored cloth. But yeah, I like how this one turned out, so I may get some more of those myself. I think they had them in silver as well as the gold. I'm personally a gold person, though I do like silver. I'll wear any color I feel like at the moment. So um, it's been nice having you all this week. Hope you had a good time. And oh gosh, I hope that the hurricane doesn't shift. And yes, Randy will be back on Monday for her big live sale, I think she said. I don't know when my new bargain bead box is coming. I haven't checked since they sent me the email saying it's on its way. So I guess I'll see if it shows up today or not. So it's been nice working with everybody this week, and I hope you had a good time. Hope I could show you some new things, and everybody have a nice weekend. We'll see you next week when we pop on to Randy's show, and bye-bye. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye. Come on, shut down. There we go.